I love to see companies pushing the boundaries and try to deliver good quality products for reasonable prices, and that exactly is the case with the Raptor pedal set from Another Way. That vertical set is on the traditional sim pedal side with tons of adjustability, which we will discuss in a minute, but let me give you first the prices. The two pedal set, which include 24-bit load cell with set of elastomer and can be set to plate forces from 43 to almost 120 kilo, and 10-bit position sensor on the throttle from 4 to 11 kilo pressure adjustment, will cost 419 euro, and if you want to add a clutch on top of that, will cost you extra 80 euro. So 499 including VAT is very competitive price for that quality and adjustability, and is way below the Heusinkveld Sprints. Now, depending on when you're gonna see that video, it is worth checking the Another Way website, as they will run a pre-order for limited time, which will reduce the cost to 369 for two pedal set and 449 for the full kit, which in my opinion is great opportunity for pedals like those. If that is the budget you are willing to spend for your next upgrade, let's see what that kit is capable of. The body core of all three pedals is identical, mostly built of stainless steel and aluminum parts. The pedal plates are adjustable in height through those three holes with spacing of 19 mm in between. Also, the second part of the pedal core can move up and down through those 13 slots and change the height even further, and also give a bit more or less aggressive angle of the plate. Next very important adjustment is the 6 different piston slots, which can change dramatically the feeling of each pedal. As I said, the throttle uses 10-bit position hole sensor, and also the control board is fitted here. The moving part of the back of the piston ensures linear compression of the spring, and there is a graph which shows what each slot does to the pedal. From 4 kilo resistance on slot 3 to almost 11 kg to slot 6, which must cover every personal preference out there. As this is throttle, every slot ensures linear compression, and if all this is not enough, we can always add or take some of the preload of the spring itself. Next important adjustment is the pedal stopper on the bottom, which changes the depth movement between 10 to 20 degrees angle, and if we want deep or short movement, just have to move this part here to our light. I like how with single spring we can change so radically the workflow of the throttle, and the two rubberized stoppers on the front and the one of the bottom makes it pretty silent. I don't know if there is something more I can ask from this one. Let's move to the brake. As I've said, all three pedals are identical, just this one used 24-bit load cell sensor for input measurement and one spring plus set of elastomers. The adjustments on the pedal plate are the same with those three 19mm spaced holes, further angle and height positions, rubberized stopper on the bottom, and front plus slots for the piston angle, which will change the feeling of the compression. The bottom slot is the only one which will give more linear feeling with pressure up to almost 50 kilo, and the rest have more progressive input reaching almost 120 kilo, so I guess that is range which will cover most of the drivers out there. Also, preload is possible on the top. So, standard load cell elastomer based brake pedal with tons of adjustability. Moving to the clutch, we'll find another 10-bit position sensor in the same highly adjustable body but with harder spring and bite point feeling, which is achieved through the pivot of that part on the back and as we go up on the piston slots, we can make it more linear in compression. All the rest is the same, just like on the throttle and the brake, to match all kinds of different preferences. The cables on each pedal are long enough for spacing or even inverted attachment, and the connection's pretty strong. The calibration is possible through the Deep View program, which is explained well in the guide. The construction of each pedal is built like a tank, and with that price, I don't see a reason to not suggest those over the Heusinkveld Sprints, which are also entry level of the high-end pedals. Both are simple kits with almost zero maintenance requirements to last for years, but those are almost 2/3 of the price with little better specs and I guess a bit more adjustability. Also, if you need pedal plate, this base will cost you extra €99, which is made of base plate with slots for pedal distance adjustment, heel support and 2 brackets with holes for height adjustments. So, if your rig doesn't have pedal support, it can be a good option. As I've said, those are not the best pedals in the world, but do not intend it to be. Another way have their flagship model to compete with the very best options out there, and those here are attempt to fit in the entry-level high-end pedals with very competitive price, and I have to admit they achieved that very well. I have tested pedals like those in the past with the same specs with way less adjustability options and almost double the price. Sim racing space become very competitive for the manufacturers, and I'm really happy to see some companies pushing the boundaries and trying to bring more and more affordable gear without sacrificing quality. So, well done AW, the Predators are quite a success indeed with that price.